Hello guys and welcome back to another gameplay FGO gameplay video. This is Imaginary Scramble and I am going to be resuming my gameplay. It's a little bit, I've kind of completed this place. There's a little few sections kind of left, and yeah, let's resume the story. So I think there is still one servant left to be summoned, which is XX, because we kind of got to see her before. She's still not here, so yeah, let's see. You're right on, master. Oh my god, I again forgot to put alright, here we go. You were right on, master. Once we examined our garbled scan data under this go-board space hypothesis, all the inconsistencies we have been struggling with disappeared. Alright, that's good. We also found a way to adjust our targeting coordinates to aim at the ghost board spaces and devise movement spells that would let our weaponry reach them. Now we can finally torpedo the enemies hiding out in the spaces between spaces. Is that the reason why there were no enemies in this one? Excuse me. All that's left is to give the signal to counterattack. Really? Then let's see if it works now. I'm sick and tired of getting shot at, not being able to do anything about it. Do you really think we can do that now with all this tension? Oh yeah, we have calls coming from inside and outside the house. Well, shit, in this case, wouldn't it be wiser to focus on beefing up our internal security first? Not at all. The best strategy to distract from internal problems is to give everyone an external energy to focus on. Fair enough. You're even more twisted than I thought, aren't you? Just a little Genji humor. At any rate, as the Shadow Prefect, I have my own piece to say. Van Gogh is innocent, believe me. I've investigated her very thoroughly and I've never found a single piece of incriminating evidence. Oh, come on, I could believe that if you were a caster or an assassin, but a lancer? Oh my god. Well, I'm supposed I could understand your concern. Besides, she could have just glanced at the monitor. It wouldn't take any time at all. And who knows what's going on inside a foreigner's head anyway. Yeah, we still have no reason to trust her. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, this is not good. Don't tell me. Oh no, it's Vanguard. It's mutiny. What? Oh no. Yeah, this is what happens when you know, like the whole thing about the personality thing that they gave them. What is it called? I forgot the term that they used. This is what happens. Now all the Nemos will start fighting. Oh no. Van Gogh's gotta burn. Alright Nemo, I think it's your time to come and calm them down. Please calm down, Nemo Marines. There's no need for violence. They're tougher than I thought. And there's so many of them, it's got to be difficult to defeat them without injuring them. Who cares if they get injured? They're clones, right? Just cut them down and be done with it. Nobody's cutting anyone. What's he doing? Captain, please say something, Captain. Yep, this is bad. The main unit is so overloaded that it's starting to malfunction. If one of the clones gets destroyed now, he won't be able to recover their data or the spirit origin, which will cause a whole other set of problems. Big ones. You can try rebooting the main unit by myself. Baker, nurse and engineer all have to authorize it. At this rate, we'll all be killed before we decide on our plan. Come on guys, stop it. Why are you doing this? We're all friends here, remember? Gog is a good girl, I know it. If there's something wrong with the spirit origin that's causing this, then there must be a way to fix it. If there isn't, then I'll stop her myself. So please cut this out. Whoa, what? What? My strength shall lift the mountains and my might shall conquer the world. Who is this? There, I have used my weakest attack to subdue all 13 enemies. Who? Oh, Zhang Yu, okay. I was like, who is that? Okay. Oh, he's finally awake now, nice. What are you doing here? I awoke because I initially calculated this incident would be over by now. That seems not to be the case. My apologies everyone, it seems my foresight was limited with regard to these events. Even so, the fact that you are all still alive must mean the three things I left to help Master must have served their purpose. Only three things? What? Does this mean the drawing I left on the wall was not sufficiently clear? No, we got your message there. I'm talking about your fourth thing. Fourth thing? Wait, which? Aha, now I understand. Oh, I get it now too, Master. What? Indeed, of all the tricks for the culprit to employ. Huh? What are you guys talking about? Don't leave me in the dark out here alone. Don't worry, you're not alone. Most of us here, myself included, are in the same boat. Go on, Fujimaru, tell us what it is already. Anyway, between the 12 Marines, engineer, professor, nurse and me, we have 16 crew members together. And that's the Nemo series lineup who'll be manning the ship for our training exercise. There are supposed to be 12 Nemo Marines in total. Yeah, okay. So why are there 30? Ah. Oh yeah. You there, quit faking, get up. I really messed up there, huh? I never thought you'd get all of us in one place like this. Can't believe it. How did an imposter make their way into the Nemo series when they're all using memory partition? Memory partition, that's the term. I think this is exactly the blind spot the culprit took advantage of. Who is the culprit? You may all share what you see and feel, but perhaps you were too reliant on your sense of sight. While I'm sure you would have noticed the change in your shared senses immediately if one of your series were to do something abnormal, or if one of you went missing, there is no way you could have noticed any change. An imposter who looks like you did the same. That you received no thoughts or senses from them made it easier. Yeah, obviously, like, it's a different person completely. So he's just tricking us into thinking, and the Marines as well, into thinking he's part of them, but he's not. And you know, like, since he's not part of the group, his data is also not getting to them. Yeah, it's a perfect plan. But I've been keeping an eye on the Marines all the time to ensure none of them got up to anything indecent. Still, as long as I'm around, I will not let a clone or two distract me from my duties. Yeah, she did say that. You said that dealing with clones was tough, right? Oh yeah. I suppose you're right, Master. I'm sorry for failing you, depressed. Yeah, like there's 13 of them. Like, you know, it's kind of difficult to keep an eye on every one of them at the same time. But then who could be the extra Nemo Marine possibly be? Good question. Wanna take a guess? Who is this? Master, according to my calculations. That's okay, I got it. I didn't. Can you please explain? Oh yeah? Then prove it. You're Hokusai. Oh, Katsushika Hokusai. Alright, I can see her coming here. Being a fellow foreigner. Alright, there you go. Ah, there's all the enemies and all that. Okay, I'll fight them later. Yeah, let's do the actual. Oh, okay, so we'll have to fight Hokusai now. Wait, a foreigner. That means we need an alter ego. Alter ego, okay. Wait, alter ego, which means melt is the best one to use here, I guess. And since I'm going to use melt, yeah, that should do. Well, guess the cat's out of the bag now. Oh, it's the Saber version. That's right, it's me, the invincible swimsuit soul master painter and fairy Katsuka Hokusai. There's hardly the time or place for this shtick. Oh boy. There you go. Ah, just forget you say I saw all of that, right? I can't just pretend to be my younger self sober any longer, not even to pass the spirit origin scan. You're the one disguising yourself as a marine, Oe? Anyway, how do you know it was me, Master? Is it because I'm a foreigner? You've been leaving clues here and there. Oh, really? Like? Well, except for the Marines, they all have basically the same personality. You can think of them. Okay, he did say that. The same one sharing 12 bodies. You noticed, huh? Yeah, I drew those little swirls on the cheeks. Ah, myself. I thought it would be cuter that way. I did kind of find it a little bit weird that he's the only one who drew it, but I did not link it like that at that moment. Alright, yeah, there you go. Besides, it's more fun for having one that's not exactly like everyone else's, you know. True. There were only one marine to customize that all. Ha, yeah, I guess you got me there. This little dolly was so well made, I couldn't help but try one up it. Those swirls I drew were actually teeny tiny dragon crests. I'll show them to you later. Anyway, now that that's settled, let's go in. Oh, and if you get bored, you can always take a gander at the picture scrolls I painted. I also remember the scroll you showed me back then. Oh, I've seen that one in the database too. It's called Kannu Kappisu, or Operating on Iwanu's Arm. It's still one of the few known paintings by Katsushika Oi that still exists today. It's bold, gruesome painting that depicts the famous general Wang Yu ignoring the pain of his wound while playing Go. Interesting. You guys remember that painting? Master, glad to hear it made an impression on ya. I'll be honest, I remember the painting I showed ya when I saw how this here... okay. Monitor looked like a game board. I thought that's it. If I just swap the shogi board out for a Go one, I can't lose. So is that you, Oi? So it's just you then, Oi? Toto-sama's empty right now. Well, more like he's busy being the antenna to the outer god. Oh. So this is all you're doing, Hokusai? Yeah, you could say that. Why? I mixed water and ink into the void to make these seas dangerous. I've been painting rocks and monsters left and right to slow you down, Master. I added the sonar thingy I heard about at the workshop onto the monsters. I got the idea to hide them in the space between go-board spaces by sneaking a peek at the bridge. And I did all of that to stop you and this ship, Master. Yeah, but why? Ain't it obvious? For a painter, this void sea's place is a dream come true. It's like one giant blank canvas stretching out far to the eye can see. And all you gotta do is get the paint you want to stare into the void a while. What kind of painter would I be if I didn't try to paint something here? But for some reason, old Toto-sama wasn't convinced. He kept hemming and hawing about whether it was okay for us to paint here or not. So just this once, I gave him a bop on the noggin and disobeyed him. I decided I was going to get on the Nautilus myself and come hell or high water. That was how he ended up like this, and I've been doing my own thing ever since. No way, I don't buy it. You might be a genius painter, but you don't have any skill that would let you disguise yourself as a Nemo Marine. Oh yeah, how did she do that? Oh, that. I got something of a metaphysical critical when I used the item construction. It lets me past the ship scans. What? I also lucked out when the Spirit Origin ended up fighting for dominance with my Saber OE1, since that knocked out my vital signs. That made stowing away a piece of cake. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my god. Metaphysical crits. I have no idea what that actually means. What does that mean? Metaphysical crits? What can you do? Excuse me, can I just say one thing, please? It's a pleasure to properly meet you, Lady Katsuka Hokusai. My name is Yang Yuhuan, though I'm historically known as Yang Weifei. I'm also a foreigner, just like you are. Yeah, I know, and damn if you ain't even more of a beauty than I'd heard. I'd love to paint your portrait sometime. So, what's the nation ruined princess like you want to say to a humble painter like me? Oh boy, she was not happy about that. Have you really sworn loyalty to the outer god? Couldn't be further from my mind. I just want a little time to paint all the pictures I can. You don't mind staying a little longer here, do you, Master? Wait, so... Oh my god, so just for that, all this is happening? Because she wanted to paint pictures? Oh god. I'm just asking her to keep the ship here about 200... Alright, yeah, nah. What? Oh god. That way I won't have to sick any more beasties on ya, or threaten you with cannons or anything like that. You can just hang out, relax, and enjoy yourselves. How's that sound? Yeah, that sounds a wonderful time, you know? Like, what's here? Nothing. This is the void space. No? What will we do to hang out and enjoy ourselves? This is not a beach trip. Not great, to be honest. That's so. In that case, let's fight. Master, I think this is exactly what I was summoned for. All I have to do is give the order. Young Wayfarer, everyone, you know what you have to do. Ming Baiye, understood. I'll do whatever it takes to subdue her. Hang in there, Gogi. Oh boy. Wait, does this what it really boils down to? That Hokusai was the one who did all of this to paint? I was expecting some, I don't know, some kind of mastermind behind this or something like, okay. What was that? Nullify buff. Oh my god. And she has... Oh great. Well, I cannot use this now. Yeah, let me just use this normally. Like the buffs won't hold, so there's no reason why I... Damn. Alright, is it... Okay, still there. Oh, wait! Oh, it's 3 left. Okay. Oh my god, this is... Okay, wait, so this works. Yeah, so okay, the buffs that... Okay, I understand now what it means. So these won't work. Yeah. 2 left. Okay. Let's use this one as well. 1 left. Is it gone? Yeah, thank god. Okay, wait, I feel like I don't even need the Noble Phantasm now. Alright, you know what? There you go. Oh great, she just removed my attack buff. But no problem. Alright.
なんだっ
やればいいんでしょ
Okay, I hope it doesn't. She doesn't
邪
evade
魔者
this.
にはそろそろご登場
Please don't evade this. Alright, come on. I could have one-shotted her if I had the buffs. Unfortunately, it's not there.
あらよちゃうこといなちゃうこといな
なんだと
Okay, there you go.
何か踏んでしまったかな
Alright, that was an easy battle. Looks like I might have bitten up of a little bit more than I could chew. I can't believe how strong she is. She's nothing like her file in the database. Is she linked to the outer god? Is that what it takes to make someone this much stronger? Still, at least we've got her on the ropes now. Lady Hokusai, I have one last question for you. When I asked if you were the one behind all of this, you said, yeah, you could say that. Oh, okay, so maybe not. Now I want you to elaborate on that statement. Tell me, was the being who enticed you into doing this a god or a human? Beats me, all I know is someone called to me, and I answered. Someone far, far away, a voice from the deepest reaches of the void sea. Then does that mean... No, no more yapping. Fights and fires should be Edo's flowers, but battling with our noble phantasm is us heroic spirits' flowers. Oh yeah, this is one statement I've heard, like, yeah, fights and fires are Edo's flowers. Where was it? Oh, I think it was it Gintama? Like, there's also a statement like this in Fire Force, as far as I can remember. Yeah, and I think it was also in Gintama as well. Yeah. Funglui on Shochi Vishuta Soaka. Noah Nal Pat. Okay, I don't know why I read that, but anyways. Imperial Edict. In the name of His Imperial Highness's consort, I, Yang Taisen. Both of you, cut it out. Hokusai? Huh? Vanguard. Wait, she knows her? What happened over there, nurse? Oh, I'm sorry. Vanguard surprised me, tied me up. Oh my god. Hokusai. Hokusai! I've been waiting to meet you. Oh, I think she probably knows her because of her connection to the outer god. Well now, so we got yet another beauty on board. I ain't never seen you before. What? Wait, you were here with us, didn't you see Van Gogh? What are you talking about? You the one who called me here? Huh? I called you. Deeper. But okay, yeah, these even Hokusai is acting weird. Ah, did I? Also, did I hear him say your name is Van Gogh, as in Vincent van Gogh, the painter from the Netherlands? Yeah, you're going to get well with, what do you call it? Get along well with her, yeah. Yeah, that's me. I'm honored you've heard of me. Nah, that ain't right. Who are you really? Oh yeah, here we go. Oh boy. Ever since I got summoned to this day and age, you better believe I've been looking up work from artists who started painting after I died. That definitely goes for Mr. Van Gogh's work as well. I spent a hell lot of time studying his paintings, and the moment I took a gander at them, I could tell right away that they were just like mine. Don't get me wrong, it means the world to me knowing one of the art's world's biggest names took a liking to my work. But while Van Gogh might have dug Hokusai's style, they say he was more of a fan of the Hiroshige youngster. Oh yeah, they like they did tell us that Van Gogh took what do you call it? Took inspiration from like Japanese paintings. So yeah, Hokusai being one of the Japanese painters, I guess. Okay. And you know what? I believe it. I can practically smell Hiroshige's hands all over Van Gogh's work. Hiroshige? Who's Hiroshige? Hiroshige. Hiroshige. Oh, Hiroshige. Utagawa Hiroshige. Japanese ukiyo-e artist. No, wait, is it? Last great master. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm seeing his paintings. Yeah, kind of reminds me of Hokusai's paintings as well. Okay. That tells me Van Gogh was a guy, not a gal. A naive, sensitive fella who probably caught more than his share of colds. Trust me, it takes a lot more than becoming a servant to change a painter's whole essence. Just take a look at that Da Vinci guy. So I know that it's the pot calling the kettle black here, but I don't know you. Who are you really, lady? You might call yourself Van Gogh, but... Huh? Ugh. Oh my god, she was waiting for that. That was my glamorous alter ego special attack. I do hope you liked it. I trust you don't mind, Fujimaru. It seemed like she said everything she had to say. Yeah, no problem. Good, now you can deal with the bigger problem at hand. I look forward to seeing how you deepen your love how deep your love really goes. I don't know exactly what sort of problem Van Gogh is struggling with, but do we really have no other choice but to pry into it now? I mean, we're so under pressure, and the captain isn't here with us either. Hey, Goggy. Who's that? Oh my god. It can't be me. It looks like I'm just a nameless foreigner who called Hokusai to the Void Sea and tried to kill you all. I don't care about any of that. Besides, it looks like the worst is behind us now. Can I just ask you one thing, Master? Do you know who I really am? The true identity of my heroic spirit? No. One thing at a time, okay? Let's take it easy for now. Please tell me. Like... If she's not Van Gogh, then why is she calling herself Van Gogh? That's the question. Who? Blighty? That wasn't me. Oh my god, who is this? Blighty. Oh my god, what's happening? Okay, well... they're all glitching. Come on guys, cut it out. There's a reason Captain's been keeping that to him. Wait, what? Blighty. Blighty? Right. I remember now, that name was tucked away deep inside the knowledge I received from the throne. Blighty? Who's Blighty? I see. It's the perfect name for me. What? Oh my god, here we go. Third ascension. Oh, is that why I bloomed? Though you know, Master, even after hearing that name, I still can't help but think of myself as Van Gogh. I can't escape his memories either. So I'll do my best to die on my own. Oh my god, what? Somewhere deeper and further away where I won't make any trouble for any of you. Goodbye, Master. Goodbye, Lady Yang. Goodbye, everyone. A heartfelt handshake to each of you. Please give my regards to Nemo. Oh my god. Huh? This can't be happening. Goggy, why? This is terrible. Why do things never seem to go our way? Oh, well, that's... yeah. Yeah, first things first, we need to find Goggy once we've woken up Captain. Right, this is all very confusing for everyone, but we'll do our best to help as much we can. Okay, I still am confused. Who is she? And why does she call herself Van Gogh? Hmm. I'm really sorry, everyone. I guess the memory partition logic still has some serious bugs. Yeah, really. I'll ask Sion to refine it as soon as we get back to the wandering scene. Of course, that doesn't change the fact that I put all of you in danger. On top of that, now Van Gogh's up and disappeared. I can't tell you how sorry I am. I don't think I'll ever be able to make amends for this mess. It's okay, we haven't permanently lost anything yet. Thank you, Fujimaru. Alright, getting back on track. We need to prepare for the final phase of this operation. Let's start by assessing our current situation. Right, first things first. The Nemo Marines that were behaving erratically are still operating, albeit their personalities temporarily suspended. Oh, so they're like all the same, like no personality or anything. The rest of the Nemo series are still functioning as usual, though their opinions on what we should do next remain divided. That's largely because I'm still conflicted about this whole thing myself. I won't ever let my thoughts shut down like that again, though. Sounds like your mind's just about made up. Hokusai's in the slammer, but she looks sane. Yeah. Indeed, Toto-sama has woken up too, though he claims he doesn't remember anything. Maybe so, but that doesn't mean we can let her out. There's no telling what she might start acting up again. The professor and I examined her spirit origin graph, and it seems her skills were illegally modified. That's why she was strong, I mean. That strong. Father-daughter bond, the skill she uses to fight off the evil god's influence, was temporarily weakened, and in exchange, her item construction skill was significantly enhanced. Disturbing though it may be, if it is the method the evil god used to influence her, then it is well within our means to counteract. I have already equipped her with a mystic code that should neutralize the weakening effects. Now all we can do is wait and see what happens next. Fortunately, she has been quite cooperative since her capture, so for the time being she should no longer be a concern. That just leaves one problem, Van Gogh. Right, we searched the entire ship, top to bottom, but we still haven't found her anywhere. There's no trace of her in our system logs either. It's like she completely disappeared. Oh my god. Chotto, a minute? Are we really not gonna talk about how she wasn't actually Vincent Van Gogh in the first place? For that matter, who is this craggy person anyway? I'm sorry, I think there were a lot of gaps in the knowledge I received from the throne. Flighty, is that someone related to Van Gogh or something? Like his granddaughter or something? I don't know. Oh, but I guess was he married? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Flighty is a figure from Greek. Oh, never mind. Greek mythology. She's not very well known, so it's no surprise that you might not have heard of her. Greek mythology. Okay. She's one of the 3,000 Oceanids. Oh, the water nymph daughters of the Titan of the sea, Oceanus, and his wife and sister, Tethys. One of the 3,000 My god. Wait, why is she here then, suddenly? And why is she confusing herself with Van Gogh? Her story is one of tragic love, envy, and desolation. Long, long ago, Apollo, god of the sun and the arts, had fallen deeply in love yet again, this time with a human. Oh well. Yeah, obviously, gods and their... Her name was Leucothoi. Oh my god, what? Leucothoi. No, Leucothoi. Leucothoi, yeah, okay. As the daughter of Oracamus, king of Persia, she was one of the most beautiful women in the world. But although Apollo yearned deeply for Leucothoi, he already had a lover. Clytie, a water nymph. Though quite beautiful in her own right, she first despaired upon learning that Apollo had lost interest in her, then grew mad with envy. Wait, what? Just a second. Apollo, the god of the sun and arts, had Human, her name is Human. As the daughter of Oracle. Papa, you are deeply foreign. Oh, okay. Oh, Apollo had a lover, Clytie, okay. Okay. Shortly thereafter, Clytie began filling King Orachimus' ears with all manners of wild stories about his daughter, with no regard for the truth of her tales. Enraged, Orachimus called Leucothea before him and had put her to death. Apollo's heart broke in grief, but even with Leucothea gone, he never returned to Clytie's side. From then onwards, love would forever be beyond Clytie's grasp. Though she regretted her actions, Clytie could never bring herself to abandon her love for the sun. Oh, is that why the sunflowers? Morning, noon, and night she fixed her gaze upon the sun. Oh, I guess that's her connection to Van Gogh, because she herself is like a sunflower, always looking at the sun. And obviously Van Gogh paints sunflower. Is that why? Okay, I don't know. And in time she transformed from a nymph into a single flower. Oh. Never would have imagined that Van Gogh was actually a character from Greek mythology. No. Marsh, you're mixing up stuff. Van Gogh is not a character from Greek mythology. Clytie is. I understand what she's trying to say, but still, the wording here is a little bit weird. Van Gogh is a painter. Oh my god. Anyway, did I get Clytie's story right, Captain? Yes, that was spot on. Thanks, Marsh. When we first met Van Gogh, her flower girl motif almost immediately reminded me of Clytie, the water nymph, who had a falling out with Apollo. The flower she becomes at the end of her story is called a heliotrope, which means something like to always face the sun. And that's why the sunflower. However, later retellings often depict her turning into a sunflower instead. Okay. Of course, the Van Gogh we know also uses sunflowers prominently in a variety of ways, but so did Van Gogh the painter. Yeah, okay, there you go. He often used sunflowers in his paintings to represent the sun's warmth. In fact, some of his best known work is actually a series of paintings called titled Sunflowers. Yeah, I've seen that. On top of that, both our Van Gogh and the painter Van Gogh tended towards self-destruction. Okay. True, Vincent van Gogh was very intelligent, but he also struggled to manage his passions, which sometimes led to him harming himself. While Clytie's story definitely shows how unrequited love can make one do foolish things, I think the fact that her intense regrets made her turn into a flower would also be seen as her need to punish herself. When you think about it, for two heroic spirits with different backgrounds and even genders, Van Gogh and Clytie do have a lot in common. I guess Van Gogh's spirit origin is actually mostly Clytie, so it's a mixture, basically. Both, it's also Van Gogh as well, and also Clytie. And Clytie, mostly is Clytie. That's why her, she's like a female. Not only that, like everything else, so her painting ability and everything, and the memories of Van Gogh, those are the Van Gogh part of herself. So yeah, so she's basically a fusion with, I'm guessing, like Clytie being like the maximum, like 70%, or maybe 30% is like Van Gogh himself. Okay, that's understandable. For one thing, further analysis shows us that she has a high ranking of divinity, something you rarely see in servants from modern eras. Yeah, because she is from Greek mythology. At first I thought that was just because she's a foreigner, but if she's actually a nymph directly descended from Titans, that would explain it even much better. Yet despite that, her memories are all Vincent van Gogh's rather than Clytie's. Yeah. Which means she must be a phantom spirit? She could also be a high servant. Both her and Van Gogh's side and Clytie's side seem fairly high ranked after all. I don't know, but I do know that unlike you and me, she's been melded together from the very disparate parts. Now she's a heroic spirit with the mind and body of Clytie, a female nymph, and Van Gogh, a male artist. Her very existence is one giant contradiction, and it's no wonder she's so unstable. Now I see, that must be what the outer gods are after. Oh, you think so? I do, I can tell. After all, in one sense, I am an outer god myself. I guess. So I can understand what they are thinking, though only up to a point. When these gods are about making the heroic spirit we know as Van Gogh, it must have been for the purpose of invading your world, that is modern day Earth. Oh, the way from the outer to inner and from void to reality is long and treacherous. It is not the sort of path that can be crossed in a single leap. Indeed, even the strongest of gods could die a sudden, ignominious death if they were to stumble in the wrong spot. So they must have sought this place, a place they could use as a foothold into your world, a bridgehead of or outpost of sorts. They found one in void space in a completely unobservable zone, both next door neighbor. Okay, wait. They must have sought a place they could use as a foothold. Okay, found one in void space, both next door neighbor and distant destination to reality space, separated by a thin wall of recognition. Excuse me, I'm sorry for interrupting, but does that mean this mysterious enemy already knows about void space? I guess. I would think so, yes. We will need to come up with a means to counter that strategy upon our return. At any rate, we now know that the plan was to send a heroic spirit to void space on an expedition to discover more of the yet unknown paradise. To do this, they summoned Van Gogh to the void, but she proceeded to call Hokusai here and wait for us to arrive. They clearly already have a means of accessing void space, yet instead of coming here directly, they choose to send a heroic spirit in their place. I cannot profess to know what led to their decision, but given what we know of their goals, certainly their chosen heroic spirit must be capable of creating the base of operations they would need. Furthermore, if we think back on what Van Gogh has accomplished thus far, we can surmise that she was given 3 duties to fulfill. Alright. 1. Requisition local personnel. 2. Create a local base. And 3. Defy the requisitioned personnel. Now I get it. They're planning to use Kaldia's foreigners to bolster their ranks. That's correct, Osakabe. I expect the cost of summoning heroic space to the void must be too great for them to amass an army that way. So they must have thought to take advantage of our servant resources and to access the void space, which they have done quite well. In answering Van Gogh's call, Hokusai developed a madness of her own, warping her skills and making her amenable to the outer god's desires. Thus, once she had successfully disguised herself and stored away aboard the Nautilus, the outer gods had everyone they needed. Just as they planned, Hokusai transformed void space into a sea and went on to paint trenches, battleships, and other grand works into existence. Had we not stopped her, she may have eventually succumbed to her madness completely and painted a temple of these evil gods that they could use for their outposts. I do not know how they plan to mount an assault on reality space from there, but if nothing else, I expect we would have been forced to give up the paper moon in order to stop them. And that, of course, would have put an end to any hope we had of restoring proper human history. Wow, I had no idea we were this close to disaster. Indeed we were. Then the outer gods must have had Hokusai in their sights right from the start. So when they realized they could use her ukiyo-e connection with Vincent Van Gogh to bring her here. Indeed, that is no doubt one reason they chose Van Gogh, but I suspect their true aim lies elsewhere. Van Gogh's noble phantasm, the Starry Night, is a painting capable of swallowing the very world with its alternate depiction of reality. It can also transform foreigners into gods and spread madness to all who gaze upon it. So, once the void space temple is complete, they must have planned to use their noble phantasm to defy the other foreigners. Oh. No doubt that this is the final phase of their plan, the grand mechanism through which the evil gods meant to descend upon the earth. Wow. My god, wait a minute. But that doesn't make sense. If Gogi really wanted to do that, she could have turned me into an evil god whenever she liked, but she didn't. She probably, I don't know, first of all, she did not have many memories. Number two, the influence was still not that much at the beginning. Exactly. Huh? Though some types of foreigners may be compatible with void space, if they should erase to be servants, or rather if their inner divinity were to take control of them, would they not then lose those abilities as well? Are you saying Gogi was trying to betray us? No, I'm certain she had no desire to do that, which is exactly why her spirit origin was melded with Clyde. Wait a minute. Control of them, they would not. What do you mean? Okay, it's getting a little bit confusing. I too have read upon Vincent van Gogh's history. While some may call him a mad artist, we could see that I could see that deep down he was a man of strong convictions. Though he may well have yearned for a connection with the gods beyond the stars, he would never willingly be party to their plans once he learned they were evil in nature. Okay, one need only look to the life he lived as a proof. Wait, are you saying the reason Van Gogh took his own life was because he learned the painting? The Starry Night inadvertently invited an evil god to our world? What? Oh my god, this is alright. Wow, okay, now I think now we're going in like real deep conspiracy theory, like like scenario, like oh my god. I'm saying that if that was indeed the case, then he would be bound by a similar restriction, even as heroic spirit. Okay. Vincent van Gogh would never succumb to madness, that is, the outer god's influence. He would sooner take his own life. I can see that. Obviously, if that's the reason why he killed himself, then obviously after becoming a heroic spirit, he's also going to do that. So, is that why she's trying to kill herself now? This must have been a great conundrum for the outer gods. The noble phantasm they desired above all others was wielded not only by heroic spirit who would never obey them, true, so they had hatched a horrific plan that they would create their own patchwork heroic spirit who would meet their needs. That's why Clytie. I guess they thought, what if we were to take Vincent van Gogh's memories and talent and give them to Clytie instead? Yeah. In Clytie's case, she refused to take her own life regardless of how much she loathed herself, choosing to becoming a flower rather than fade away. That is the crucial part. Oh, then you mean they prevented the chosen heroic spirit from being able to commit suicide, as her doing so would ruin their plan. Wow. So first of all, the Van Gogh's painting was the portal to the outer gods, I guess. But since he realized that he realized that they're saying that that's why he committed suicide, and not only that, since that's how his life ended. After becoming heroic spirit, he's also going to do that rather than give away, like a way for the outer gods to come in. That's why the outer gods were perplexed. They were like, what should we do now? They hatched a plan where they realized like we should fuse him together with someone who did not take their life, even in most, one of the most one of the most important situations, that Clytie's story of how she, rather than killing herself, she decided to become a sunflower and keep looking at the sun, so that the Van Gogh's part and Van Gogh's nature is suppressed a little bit by that, and that's what they did. Oh my god. Correct. Do you remember Van Gogh herself said that she wished to die but was unable to do so? Yeah. So the Van Gogh side of her felt she should die in order to stop the outer god's plans, but the Clytie side refused to allow her to do so. Oh. Poor Goggy, that's the cruelest antinomy I've ever heard. Not even without, oh my god, those fundamentally opposed beliefs jostling for control. The sheer discrepancy between Clytie's mind and Van Gogh's memories alone must have been so hard for her. It seems the outer gods and the madness are inextricably intertwined, foreigners indeed. With suicide no longer an option, if Van Gogh lost the battle in her mind and succumbed to the madness, then she may no longer have any communications against using her noble phantasm. If that had come to pass, it would only be a matter of time until the evil god's temple was completed, just like they planned. How awful. Okay, wait a minute. That's why her noble phantasm was sealed up until now, in the end. Up until this time, you know. Whenever we used to use her to fight, her noble phantasm was sealed. And she hesitated in all the time to use her noble phantasm. Man, I knew heroic spirits are basically living weapons, but twisting one of us to this degree is just yabai. So, what can we do now? Fine, I'll be the one to say. There's one simple solution here. It's as efficient as it is cruel. We honor her wishes, we kill her. Oh boy. Oh, shut off the waterworks. I was just stating the obvious. If you really want to save her, you'll have to do the work of thinking up something less obvious. But I will say this, we agreed that she can't kill herself no matter how much she wants to, right? That means now she has disappeared. She must be running around lost and desperate and being unable to use her last resort. The fact that she gave up on the only way left to make her wish come true by having someone kill her may even be a sign that her madness has reached its peak. Oh come now, Miss Timeless Beauty, glaring at me won't accomplish anything here. We all need to be aware that Van Gogh is only one step away from entering her final most dangerous phase. If you want to save her from that fate, then you'll have to rack your brains to come up with a plan that's just kind, wise and smart. If you manage to pull that off, then I suppose I might consider helping you out for a bit more, if I feel like it. I'll help too, I want to slack off more with Van Gogh. Go get Van Gogh. Go Gogh. I too will do my best to save this poor girl from her sad fate. Any honorable warrior would do the same. And of course, the very idea of letting these evil gods descend upon the world is outrageous. That would be an absolutely unacceptable affront to public decency. Young Guife, the Nautilus... No, wait. Speaking as Captain Nemo, Phantom Spirit, I promise I'll do everything in my power to save her. And if I've learned anything about you two over the course of the voyage, acting commander and acting vice commander, it's that you both feel the same. Yeah, we're not leaving without her. Absolutely. There you have it. We're all one mind on this. So will you help us save her too, young Wilfane? Yes, oui, she. Of course, I'll do whatever it takes to rescue her. But first we have to find her, so I'm going to have to make use of your mobility, whether you like it or not. Lady Lambda. We'll also need resources, goddess, anything you can help find us, new weapons, new information, anything, will be a huge help. Oh, and we'll also need to defeat the enemies hiding in the go-board spaces if we're going to get anywhere. Friend, Lady Raikou, I'll be counting on your help with that. Yeah, I'm going to do that later on, you know, on my spare time. As for me, I'll put everything I have into finding those enemies. Will you look for them with me, Batty? Yeah, of course I will, you. Sorry, I got so caught up in watching everything unfold that I forgot that I'm actually part of it. Wow, great. But yeah, rescuing Professor Van Gogh, that sounds awesome. I'm gonna work just as hard to make that happen as I did to make my deadline. Excuse me. Lord Zhang Yu, I'm so sorry for calling you Hegemon King. Oh no, I'm not at all concerned about that, as all paths I take are necessary. It was inevitable that history would come to know me by that moniker. I only wish to know if the naval chart I left you was entered into computer's mapping system correctly. Yes, of course. I mean, we never have made it this far in a million years without it. Then why are you all acting as though Clytie Van Gogh's whereabouts are unknown? Oh. Huh? Wait, does she have like a GPS or something? Then does that mean this final destination here is... Oh no, his future reading abilities or whatever. Indeed, I already accounted for Clytie Van Gogh's disappearance in my predictions. There you go. That's how he was able to know. Should therefore be able to find her at that point. That said, my predictions show further conflict in the future, so I expect there will be indeed a fierce battle during the final stage of the incident. I also expect that our stockpile of resources will be the key to winning this battle, so I suggest we make every effort to ensure we're sufficiently prepared. Okay. Thanks, Yang Yu. Captain, belated though it may be, I owe you an apology. As much as time was of essence, I was still wrong of me to tamper with your ship without your permission. Oh yeah, that did happen. Don't worry about it. If you hadn't done that, none of us would have been here by now. I'm glad you're on our side, Shang Yu. Right, okay, I think I'm going to end it here. Oh boy, 1 hour has gone. And I'll do a little bit of farming and all. Wait a minute, let me see. Alright, next is the idle talk, and I'm guessing we're going to the final section of the story. But either way, the mystery has been solved. Yeah, we have a very very rough reasoning, and we do have I feel like the whole mystery has come out. Yeah, the whole mystery has actually come out. I don't think there's anything else left to be revealed. Is there? Let me think. Van Gogh's identity is out. Who she is, that is out. Why is she doing this? That is also kind of out. You know, the whole outer god situation, and who called her here? The whole thing with Hokusai is also out. Yeah, everything, all the mysteries have been revealed. So I don't think there's any other mysteries left to be revealed. All that is left is to find Van Gogh, and then I don't know, maybe a final boss battle against. I don't know. We'll see. But other than that, yeah, all the mysteries have been solved now. And that was an interesting, a really interesting section. We got to know who Van Gogh is. Clytie, she's like a mixture of two characters. Clytie being the maximum portion, and that is why she is actually a female. And not only that, we also get to see what the outer gods are planning. The whole ahead. So wait a minute. So this thing, obviously the painting, Van Gogh's painting, the Noble Phantasm, they are saying that Van Gogh committed suicide because he realized that'll be like the portal to the outer gods or something. And wow, and this happened after that. The outer gods decided to fuse together Clytie with him because we need to see his Noble Phantasm. But since Van Gogh doesn't want to do that, instead of showing showing the Noble Phantasm and all, instead of going in that direction, he would rather kill himself. To counteract that, they got Clytie, whose personality is she would not kill herself, even if it means just becoming a sunflower. So that will counteract that, and it's going to become it's going to increase the possibilities and chances of Van Gogh unleashing his Noble Phantasm. And obviously that would mean that the outer gods, when that painting is shown, the outer gods will get a path to come in. So that was the whole plan. And yeah, we get almost everything, all the information we are able to process now. And yeah, that was a very interesting section. I wouldn't call this a twist, but this was really interesting. I really like this. So yeah, there you go. So that is it. Another thing I'm kind of thinking now, the Clytie's backstory, the whole thing with Apollo. Isn't Apollo always with Paris? That little sheep thing. Is there? I wonder if there's any kind of conversation between Paris and Van Gogh, because Paris always has Apollo with him. So I wonder if there's any conversation with that. I'll check it out after this. I'll go to the dialogue section and see if there's any special conversation between Van Gogh and Apollo, who's part of Paris. So yeah, that's another thing that I'm kind of curious about. Either way, that is it. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And that is it, guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with the next part of Imaginary Scramble. I think we're almost at the end, and yeah, I'll probably do these farming and everything to complete these ones. I'll do those, and yeah, and do a little bit more farming. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow. So until then, goodbye and have a nice day.